So you guys, I've resolved that when I get married, to show my husband that I am the best wife ever, whenever I want to serve him food, I would kneel down. And I will not stand up till he's done eating. You know, he's my king and my lord. He's the priest of the home.
Exactly.
So how else will I reverence him and show him that I love him and I'm willing to follow his commands by kneeling down.
Kneel down, wait for him to finish.
Yeah, that's it now. I'll kneel down, wait for him.
That's how it's supposed to be.
And then we can't even be working. We have to quit our job for
yes,
7 years.
Stay 7 years after the kids, after the first child.
Because that is how it's supposed to be.
Yes, that's how it is. I mean,
even when we fight, even if maybe I'm wrong,
you can't be
I will apologize.
Yeah, you can't be making money while your husband is getting money.
Yes,
you guys are not mates.
No, you don't even know the best. Another thing, if I'm working like this, honestly, you're supposed to actually take your salary. Once it enters, just be like,
send it to my husband.
Like, so, my Oga, my lord, this is how much they paid me. Just send everything. Anything that remains, just take what you need for the home. Anything I mean, you can give me back.
No,
as a good wife.
I don't think that she should even ask for anything. She should just give the money to him. I mean, anything you think that is okay for me to use, I'm okay with it.
Up, shine, ladies. Up, shine.
We shine forever.
Hey, welcome to Truth and Tensions.
Podcast where real conversations meet little chaos. Okay, maybe a lot of chaos.
We're your hosts, Zoe,
Claire,
Stephanie.
Three sisters diving headfirst into life, faith, and everything in between.
From navigating Christianity in a wild, wild world
to unpacking all those awkward, uncomfortable, and downright controversial societal norms.
We're keeping it 100% real, raw, and relatable.
So, grab your favorite drink, pull up a seat at the table, and let's jump into this crazy, beautiful thing we call Truth and Tensions.
Ifi kote ikolu.
You guys,
we are now in the shine.
Don't worry, you see us with our wig and our makeup.
Yeah,
exactly. We believe in respecting our husbands.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
our future husbands, they are going to enjoy that. Because things we have in store for them. Oh my God,
eyes have not seen.
You can have ears, head. What we're gonna do for them?
Yes.
So you people, they say that the patient dog
is the
fattest bone. But now, who even decided that the bone was fat? And who even told women that we must be the patient dog to wait first so that the bone will fat first before we have it?
And I don't understand. Is the bone growing? Is it a plant?
My sister, it grows
because
you nurture it.
The bone is going to get rotten. Food is not growing.
This bone, you have to nurture it. That's why as part of Shine Women's Club, you nurture your husbands. They are the bones in this aspect. We are supposed to be patient. No matter what you see, you take it.
Exactly.
I don't know who started it, but I just know that it's the women that agree to it because they cannot necessarily enforce something on you. But if they enforced it on one, some other women had a choice, but then they all concord. So it has become a societal norm.
Yeah, I love that you said that because it brings me to this question: why do we think that patience is only preached to women, especially in relationships and marriage?
Because they're like the more receptive ones. They are the ones that have to bend their back over, be submissive, be more submissive. While they say that's a feminine trait to be submissive and to be patient. But if you're aggressive and then you're assertive, is not right for a woman. You're not a wife material. Exactly. You're not considered a woman.
Yes. And also, in the past, that's how it has always been. The wife is supposed to be the one submitting. She's the calm one. If your husband is outside or doing whatever, you are the one that is going to bring him back in.
Yeah.
You're the one that is supposed to arrange everything. Organize the family.
You are the bond that keeps the family.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, he's the head. But you are the one doing the work of the head. Okay.
So that's how it has always been in the past. But I don't know. I feel like it's not rampant as it used to be in the past. Now, this generation, we're having sense. Most of people getting married are having sense now. So women are not really into that. Some is still there, but like it's not as crazy as it was in the past.
Our old generation, we just recently started getting married. Our own generation, let's say it's just less than 10 years ago that we started getting married. So you see all these things that you're saying. I feel like some people down the line, they're going to start acting like the older generation, because older generations are telling us that we don't know anything yet. That
we know nothing about marriage. When you enter, you
they're
know.
making it look like that's how it's going to happen, because it happened in their time, it happened before them, and we were thinking that we know better. But at some point, it will change. And then I even heard one man saying that how many men know that they are meant to help with the house, with the chores, and with the cooking and cleaning. That men don't do that, like in their own generation. And I'm like, guys of this generation, they know better.
Yeah.
And like, okay, don't worry, down the line, you see, like as if that awareness that yes, I'm a man, I'm not supposed to do all that. We just we just click when they are maybe in their 40s or something.
And you know this thing, I realize that this patience, you know, we are talking about patriarchy and the adverse effects on women, I'm used to drag men a lot that, oh, men are the ones that brought it up, is a man's world. But then what we don't also see is that actually women that propagate these things.
Yeah, enabling it.
And it starts with our parents. Like if you watch some movies, going back, like when I started seeing those shine ladies things, like I started thinking of some movies I watch where the mother-in-law is wicked to the son's wife.
Yeah.
And you're a woman. Don't you think that you she was married too?
I mean,
if they said it like that, would you have stayed?
Yeah.
They probably did.
No, thank you.
That's why she feels like she has to do
it back, because
it's very vicious cycle.
It's a vicious cycle.
Very vicious cycle. Now, even brought me to this word submissive, and I had to check dictionary, and it says ready to conform to the authority or will of others, meekly, obedient or passive. Like those who are meekly, as per meek, dove.
As per you're a woman now, it's still a woman.
The thing, I don't know. It is really misunderstood here. Because I mean, being submissive is something every woman should be able to do. But like, it's not stupid authority that you be submissive to.
Yes.
Do you get?
You actually be
exactly.
But you cannot be following someone that doesn't know how to lead.
Exactly.
You can't be following blind. When someone leading blind.
Exactly. So if your husband is saying, "Oh, you enter fire," so because you have to be submissive.
Exactly.
You have to follow. No, now
that's
doesn't
why
make any sense.
You have to choose your husband wisely.
Yes.
You can't just follow because he's a man. You start following what he says.
No. Going to this, there's a case study I saw. There's this thing I saw online, and this lady came on the show and she was sharing her story. This woman used to be a princess. Like, it's not as if her father was poor, but her father was just of the mentality that girl child, they don't send them to school. And she really wanted to go to school, and she told herself that she must marry a man from Ekiti. That's one, because according to her, Ekiti people value education. So she will marry one from Ekiti, must marry either a lawyer or a doctor. She has someone that is educated, but she will not have prayed that she not marry a man that will beat her. She found someone like that, and the man made her life a living hell. He used to beat her in front of children, throw her out. You know, there's nothing he did not do to her, and she stayed like 7 years or 8 years with that man. And when they asked her, she said it was her duty. She had to be submissive.
That's not submissive,
and that she had to also be patient, because she said after some time started praying and thinking about, she was patient, she endured, and then finally the husband got around. And it just came to me that this question, so are you now telling me that the idea of being a patient dog, it feels like that idea is now a cute rebrand?
You will lose weight and die.
Do you understand?
You
patient dog.
So me to death.
They have used patient dog. It's like they have used patient dog to cover the fact that you are saying long suffering, so I should suffer.
Long suffering.
It doesn't make any sense. I've even heard that there are some things. In fact, this thing too has to do with religion and like traditions. Because I've seen somebody, a pastor actually, that your parishioner, okay, let's just say, there was a member and she was obviously a woman, and she was complaining about the fact that her husband cheats all the time, and he never has her time, beats her and all of that. This man, this pastor, instead of him to give her like something better, like an advice, like, okay, can I have a counseling with you and your husband, he started telling her to pray harder, that she should be praying that one day the man will stop.
How?
And I'm like, what kind of nonsense is that? Like, how can you even? And obviously, because she looks up to this man as the pastor, she will continue praying.
Exactly.
So that's actually really part of it, because I mean, religion kicks against all this,
separation,
knowing yourself, divorce, knowing who you are in your marriage. You still have to cover yourself. You have to cover patch,
your husband.
And the first thing that is patching is the woman. The woman will keep on patching, and she's there as the dog.
Another thing too, this whole religion and even patriarchy gaslights women into thinking that this long suffering is a virtue. And I'll give another example. There's another one that happened. Like, I know this person. Like, she's married to this man that is a drunk. He used to beat her. One time he used 2x2 on her head. She stitched her like 10 times.
God.
And the worst part, her church said divorce
is a sin.
That she cannot leave her husband
until she dies.
Do you understand?
Until she dies.
2x2 that they stitched her head 10 times. You know what that is?
If go for
do you know till now? Do you know that she's the one that built the house they stay in? She's the one that sent her. She's still sending her children to school. She's there because of, oh my God, that the patient dog eat the fatted brother.
In this case, there's no bone anymore. Bone don't go.
There's no bone. Because they feel like one day. Because they feel like one day things will change.
How?
You can never know.
Okay, by now she must have been old already. So what is the enjoyment you are waiting for?
Because at the beginning, this thing happened in the beginning. He has probably been beating her since, and she has been like, oh, she has to endure because of this, because of that. My church. Now, you almost lost your life. So when you now die, see the same church members that will come and say, oh, she was a good woman, or she was this, she was that, and your husband will go and marry another dog. Another waiting patient dog.
No, but but the next dog in my marriage might not be patient too.
That's irony. That's always irony.
Yeah.
The ones that they meet outside are not always patient. Those ones they are wolves.
You cannot keep beating people now. And then beating
he will find his match.
That you go scot-free.
He will find his match.
But he will even be the patient dog.
Now, Zoe, I want to ask, do mothers unknowingly uphold patriarchy, by advising their daughters to just manage? Because you see scenarios where, still on this thing we're talking about, I'm still saying that women still propagate it now. The men have it all, but women too. We have had a lot of women that will advise, just manage, just stay. So what do you think about that, Zoe?
What will
people say if you leave? Like, it's not like that marriage is not a bed of roses, so that's the vex me. Marriage is not a bed of roses.
It's supposed to be a bed of roses.
So don't think that the other person has it better. So what do you think about that, Zoe?
Women are still propagating, obviously, because that's what they are seeing in theirs, and then they feel like the ones that stay are the stronger ones. But if you leave, you will be shamed because you don't know how to keep your house. Like you cannot. They'll actually shame you that you cannot keep your husband, you cannot keep your children. You want your children to grow up in a broken home. You're meant to stay because of your kids. You are very selfish. You don't want your kids to have the best life, and then you will leave. Another woman will come and
take your place
and come and reap what
that you finish cooking.
Yes,
another come and eat it.
Exactly, like. And okay, they will not turn into she's just a visitor. The woman will soon go and she stay forever. I beg. If that's it, like if
enjoy yourself.
If that made me suffer, or more, you're going to stay forever. They still propagate it like fully, and then they feel like this generation now we're very selfish. We're not like them that stayed back and endured a lot, and then they did it, and they did it for our own good, and then now we've turned out fine, and then we don't want our kids to have the same thing. But this cycle cannot just continue. It cannot, because when is it going to end? If every single generation is acting like that,
the trauma is even a lot on the kids too. Because when you grew up in a home where your father used to beat your mother, or your father used to,
it's even worse. Sometimes it's even better for your parents to be separated than for you to be there and then be inside
watch
the trauma.
them. Yes.
You are going to be traumatized, and then you are going to be a dysfunctional human being to other people, in your environment. You might even become a menace to the society. Where do you get that attitude from? That behavior from your house? It's not better you are from a broken home, and let's know that the parents you are with is treating you well and teaching you moral values.
Exactly.
You see, now moral compass is not by who grew up with two parents. Now somebody can come from a single mother or from a single father and
be the best,
still turn out fine and better than someone that was in a claimed peaceful home.
I like that you said that, because I saw something online this same week. These shine ladies has been, as much as people are laughing about it.
It is true. That's not happening.
We have women with that mentality.
A lot of houses
that will say, my husband, it was my fault. That's why he beat me. I made him angry.
Yes, I saw that.
Some will say that, it was my fault. Like, I'm supposed to know how to manage money. Like, your husband will give you money that cannot even reach for anything. just give you this, or yes, I'm the wife, I'm supposed to be able to manage the home and take care of it, even if you don't.
And if you don't know how to manage it, then you are not a woman. You are not a good wife.
Yeah, and then there was one I saw. The person was giving marriage advice, and she's like that. Oh, that even when it comes to sex, that even if you are tired, that you just lie down there and just open your leg. That you have to conform to your husband. That the days that you are tired, that you are bone tired, you can still do it. And even when you are not bone tired, you shall find a way to pet him so that
when did women become a blow-up doll? Why are we so objectified?
You know that exactly. Like, that's the word. Objectified.
Am I a dog, or am I an object that you
just press?
Just press.
Robots, like whatever you want, you have.
We are humans too. We have things doing. Like we actually have women that work. Okay, you finish doing your 9 to 5. You now come home, you cook and clean, you take care of the house, and they expect you to do the other work
on bed. And then the person said you should just lie down, even if you just lie down, open it. And I'm like,
okay, because you're blow-up doll now.
That you should just endure this and know how to handle your. And I'm like, why are women?
And you should be able to communicate.
You know the funny
honestly
thing. Some people actually agree with that. Fine, but then it also takes me to the question: why are women celebrated more for endurance?
Exactly.
Like, than for happiness or success.
Exactly.
That kind of thing now, she's meant to endure. But let's reverse the roles now. If it was a man that said he does not want to do now,
she cannot force it.
She can't say anything. She can't say anything.
She can't say, why are you not ready? Or in a case where a woman is beating a man now.
It will drag her more now. It's not possible.
Or a woman. Something, I even saw something somewhere. We're talking about the way men used to go and pick. A man will cheat and they say it's polygamous in nature. Or go and pick a second wife and start double dating, and it's normal. But if it's a woman that does it,
they will drag her. They will be the one.
Let's reverse the roles now and see how it is.
They will now come with the defense that women are supposed to be pure. And then I don't like the fact that everybody is so double standard minded. Because I don't understand how, okay, when a woman does something bad, they start making reference to the Bible. Who told you that as a man, when you do something wrong,
you will not
face judgment? Like, why do they throw the Bible away when it comes to men? But when it comes to women, hey, Stacy now, Haloto, hey, Mary Magdalene,
exactly.
But when it comes to men, it's like everyone is just more relaxed. Is that how it is with God?
It's not how it is with God.
Of course that's not how it is with God. Everybody's going to have their own judgment.
God is a girl's dad, and God did not put any woman here to suffer.
Exactly.
Mary did not suffer when she was giving birth to Jesus. Nobody used that to do rubbish. Like all these things that they are saying, like I don't know.
I did see Joseph not treat Mary in that way.
Exactly. He not even treated that
Joseph
way.
not treat Mary in that way.
That he was surprised that how do you get pregnant when I not touch you? But then
that was another story. That one can never happen here now, Sha. The man for don't chase her come on.
I think that also why this is happening too. Why some women, because we're talking about how women are the ones that are propagating it now. I feel like why some women do that because society has kind of made us feel like men are the reward.
Yes.
Not peace, not your purpose, not prosperity. Like you're
meant to look at that one. Your mother was putting herself last, even the housemates before her, the children before her, the fathers before her. I don't understand. Is that an achievement?
It's supposed to be an achievement.
Wait, selfless.
To be selfless, yes. You know the worst thing, and they have turned selfless to another thing. Like you can be selfless. It's now a
virtue.
But then you're selfless. Now you should be a fool, a man,
a big fool.
Yes.
Like they'll give you crumbs, and you're supposed to take crumbs
and appreciate,
and still be
on
happy.
top,
and still pour out everything inside you and collect crumbs.
There was this video that I was watching. I saw it on TikTok. There was like an interview, one man and his wife. I was very happy that the woman took that kind of man out of the street, because God forbid that kind of man.
Exactly.
Do you know this man was just busy talking nonsense that why should I kneel down to propose to my wife? That she's the one that's supposed to kneel down to propose to me.
How now?
I should be the prize. That you're the one that, like, he just kept on talking nonsense about how a woman, like, in summary, he was just talking, finishing women. That women should appreciate the fact.
There, right?
He was talking to his wife.
And she was nodding.
She was there now. What do you want her to say?
Shine lady.
She was there. This man just kept on going on and on, just rubbishing women in her front, and she was there. And I'm like, thank God that you are married to this kind of man. You're taking him out.
Because how can you treat somebody bad? You're still dehumanizing the person. Like,
again, do you get?
Like, in her presence, you're saying it's one thing to be kind of manipulative, like you're not saying it to her face, but you're doing it and then she's seeing it. But this one, you're blatantly telling her that yes, you are worth a piece of rat. I am treating you like trash, and then I'm telling you to your face, and you are staying there
and you're sitting down.
And you're sitting down. Like, are you? Is it that do they think that women are objects? They can't think.
That's the thing.
They don't have feelings.
Funny how this thing. A lot of men, there are a lot of women that are praying for people like this.
Yes, now
because they believe that once they get married to a man, like I don't know, it is a stereotype that they have to get married to a man like that's going to treat them that way because I mean they have to have an organ.
Yes, when they say women right now, double standard they get to the same women that will tell you focus on your goals, like build yourself to get married. The same thing they will tell you submit with. You should also submit.
Yes.
Submit
don't be too ambitious.
Don't be too ambitious.
Men will not like you. If not, you'll be dragging with your husband.
Yeah, you'll be dragging with your husband. And this thing too is not just with the society, even in office space. Because I remember that when I first started work, there was this person that used to, when we go to buy food, be like, oh, I should help him buy food. Men there will say we should help buy food. And after some time, I just realized that they used to calmly wait for me when I'm going to ask me to buy food for them. And I started looking at it like, don't get it.
If you complain now,
I will go under the hot sun to go and buy food. You could sit down and I'll come and serve you. As what?
Exactly.
I said one day, like, I don't get it. One lady told me that they are men now. You can't expect them to go outside and WhatsApp us. I'm like, sorry, at what? Am I their sister? Am I their sparring girlfriend?
I'm not even married.
Of course, the day after that, because at first I'm like, oh, I was just being all nice and all, but sometimes I have to borrow myself sense. Like, what is this? Who are you people?
Something like that happened to me when I was working at the hospital. So when they want to warm their food, we had a kitchen, so people used to go there to buy food and sometimes warm food. So they used to send other girls. So this day, I think they did not see their regular house girls. So this guy now gave me his flask that should go, not flask but like plastic, to go and help him warm his food. I told him that I don't know how to use a microwave. And he said, you don't know how to use a microwave.
I don't. Come and teach me.
I don't know how to use a microwave. And I said, I wish to do it in your house, that you have
we don't get for our house.
No. I said, yes, that I don't actually use the microwave in the house, that I don't go to the kitchen. And now that, okay. And he went by himself. I was happy.
That's how it's supposed to be.
I was happy. Okay, now that you went there to warm your food by
yourself. Did you die?
Did you die?
It's like you died. There's something happened.
You want to send me to go and warm your food
when nothing wrong with your legs.
Am I your chef?
It doesn't make any sense.
But then funny enough, the ladies there now, just like I told you, the ladies that were telling
me, they always go for men, that
they are men now, that you're supposed to help them. And I'm like, which men? I'm like, you're not my brother. You're not my dad.
I don't understand.
You're not even my friend.
I don't know who you are.
It's even one thing to serve your dad because you're living with him, to serve your husband, but then so I should be treating random men
in the same way because I'm a woman.
I have to, because of I'm single now, and
am I yours?
I have to show that I am of my.
So that they can pick you. So that they can. There are a lot of women that will do that.
Yeah,
there are a lot of women pick me because they need to get married.
Uproot me from the ground.
That's what we are saying now, because as we're saying this thing, as some women looking at us, say this one.
They don't know what I'm saying. Yeah.
So they're looking at us like this one.
They lie. We go find husband like this.
Are too rogue.
Find husband like mine.
Some women even drag us like, you are too rogue. You are saying too much. You're talking nonsense. I even saw where somebody was talking about the wife, and he's like, that thing of you are saying that your wife was not the most beautiful. When I met her, she was not this or not that. And so I saw under the comment section someone like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, that she's actually not the most beautiful. The other beautiful.
Okay.
Why would you say that about somebody that you love?
Why would you even come out and say that?
I don't have to tell us
you
publicly.
You became the most handsome man in the world for me, and I became the most beautiful man for you. Why are you telling me that you were not the best?
You're trying to praise her at the same time belittle her. Which one is there? You're not the most beautiful person. What is that?
But what happened to sugarcoating?
You guys, you forgot that we're part of Sunshine Ladies. That's how it works.
God forbid in the name of Jesus.
I'm resigning.
I rebuke.
God forbid bad things.
I rebuke bad things. Swear.
I spit on you.
I speak for real.
It's even funny too, because you know how when women start talking about love and money and talking about, oh, I want a man that wants this, I want a man that wants this, I want to have a man that has money, I want love to be this way for me, they start looking at her funny, especially women. But if it's a man that is saying that it's all right.
It's
I
normal.
want a woman that has so body.
Honestly,
skin
in this world,
normal.
men are supposed to know what they want, while women are supposed to just accept whatever they see. That's exactly how it is.
You nailed it.
And again, I'll still say it's still the same women that are still propagating it, because we're still looking at our mothers so and their advice, and girls of nowadays and their advice. Because I've seen some people in some relationships, and I'll be like, why are you accepting this? And they're like, why are you talking like this and that? Don't you
know how marriage is
that's how it's
now.
supposed to be now, that you're supposed to come. I'm like, you as a woman, you're accepting this. You're
meant to suffer to enjoy.
Yes, you're supposed to. Long suffering. Why is it that we always believe we have that?
Once we suffer, we're already in Nigeria suffering. We not to suffer again in marriage.
Already women, we have periods, we have childbirth.
We still want
us to suffer us physically, emotionally.
Why in Nigeria again?
You know, even in Nigeria, they even preach that thing. Before you get what it is you want, you have to suffer first. I don't believe that thing.
See, guys, some people don't suffer.
They preach that
men, women, they preach
some
it normally.
People don't suffer. Some women get what they want.
Tell men,
why can't I do the same?
They will tell men that as a man, you need to suffer first before you get something. They will tell women too, like when you're trying to get a degree, you're trying to get a job, you're trying to get your footing. They always preach it that if you don't suffer first, you'll not get the job. Who said that? Sometimes you don't actually need to suffer first before you get what it is you want.
Yeah,
some people actually just relax.
In school, why do you have to miss my exam sheets, my scripts? For me to
all those lecturers that tell you that
exactly
you must fail.
I
cannot give you A.
You must fail my course.
Like, it's never that serious. Like life is never that serious.
So backward mentality.
These are already hard. These are hard enough, and you're trying to do your own, like personal. You want to add your own personal suffer to it. It doesn't make sense.
But you guys, I say this now. Have you guys ever? Do you have a situation where you ever patient dogged your way into something like this kind of thing? Now, it might not be in relationships, but you felt like, oh, let me be patient. I'll get reward.
Yes, now so many times. Sometimes it pays, sometimes it doesn't. Like
have you ever had any time when he paid for you?
Almost every process in Nigeria, getting your passport is another patient dog. Queuing up to buy fuel is another patient dog thing. Okay, what else? Even having lights, we will not have light. Nobody will say anything. Patient dog. See everything. Nigeria.
Everything.
We're all patient dog mentality.
Patient dog, but I beg you know that
we're actually kind of getting comfortable with it. Like
everybody's comfortable. Nobody's complaining
not
anymore.
Having a working system is like a normal thing.
Yeah, everybody's accepting.
If they should bring the crumbs. If they should bring light today and they don't bring light tomorrow, you paid for NEPA bill, but still you just keep quiet.
It's normal now.
After they gave us light
yesterday,
and then that's how they do it.
We don't deserve it today. It's hard. Like, it's wrong for you to expect.
It's wrong for you to have light every single day, 24/7.
Yes.
Still on this thing now, so we are now saying that long suffering, there's no award for that thing that they're saying is a patient dog or whatever that they're trying to rebrand is long suffering, and it's not a virtue. All these patients that we're talking about.
They're just trying to subdue women.
They're just trying to subdue women. And fellow women that are okay with it. Something must be wrong somewhere.
There's something wrong somewhere in your brain. Something was wrong with you.
Somewhere.
From the beginning.
Because how do you look at your fellow?
Mental issues.
I just use the example of all those mother-in-laws are always wicked to their daughter-in-laws. Like,
how do you be beating another person's daughter?
Like, because they beat you.
Are you another person's daughter? You're like another person's mother to beat you.
Are you
my mother?
We go. Oh, Jesus.
There's this thing going around on social media about one person. I don't know who the person is. He came out and said that there should be a compulsory law for women to stay at home for at least 7 years to take care of the house and the children.
7 years. So if you have 3 kids, that's 21 years of your life.
Some women actually support that.
So if you ever tried that,
when you are now done, who will not employ you after 21 years of no job experience?
No job experience. That's in jobs that you go now. They will say you have to have 500 years experience.
At your age.
Marital status. Nobody will tell you that is okay and you are actually good with it.
Why would you even do that?
It's a different thing if you are a stay-at-home mom normally, but then you are not. But you are asking me to sacrifice 7 years. What happened to
See,
both of you?
The moment that actually happens, women will be wiped out. From the whole career, nothing is going to happen because who wants to start employing mothers?
Staying a whole 7 years.
Who wants to start employing mothers? Because they know that once you get pregnant now, you're going to work for 7 years.
Like women also have dreams, so you not kill your dream. Okay, wait, I don't understand. So after staying that 7 years, let's say you have all girls. It's not everybody have boys and girls. okay, those girls you now had.
We continue.
You now continue. Wait,
we continue the cycle.
They will not say 7 years. Are you okay? Are you actually thinking before you say that? Okay, you finish having girls.
It's a plan.
Then you not say for 7 years. The girls to 7 years. The girls have girls 7 years.
It's a plan.
It's a plan. Don't even send girls to school anymore.
Exactly.
There's no point.
That's how it was in the past.
Why you not
That's what they want to go back to.
There's no point.
That's what they want to go back to.
Just stay at home and train your kids.
Before when they used to give birth, they used to like ignore the girl child and like focus more on the men. Like before, but that was when gender equality came in now.
Yeah.
Because men were never, women were never taking, seriously.
Yeah.
School or nothing. They will say, at the end of the day, you will end up in husband's house.
Your kitchen.
Careers, nothing. So it's always men.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if we actually go back to that, if they actually say they want to do that 7 years thing, we're going back to it because hospitals, what am I saying? Companies will not want to employ women again.
Yes,
because I know if I employ you now, you go pregnant, you go for 7 years. So what are you doing here?
There's actually no point.
So what are you doing here? So
and see, that's why men climb the corporate ladder faster than women travel. Faster than they do because they feel like women have to take care of their children. They'll get pregnant. They might get pregnant 3 times. You cannot keep up with that.
They might get married and move to where their husband is.
And they cannot keep up with that kind of inconsistency from the man's part. So that's why it's men that used to jump and fly. Women are barely even flying, and you still want to subdue them.
And the ones that fly, check it, they will label them career women. And then those ones that fly that are even married, they just have men that are just blessed with men that, will I say
some of them normally end up divorced. Some of them
have men that truly understand what it is, because that concept that person was talking about is just because that with the way the world is turning, children are going AWOL. But my dear,
it's a lie.
If you stay at home mom,
your child will go AWOL like mad.
Exactly.
Your child will spoil like mad.
Plus, in this period, when you have advent of, it's 2 people. It takes 2 to tango.
It takes 2 people that safe.
Yes.
Because what are you
they say it takes a whole village to raise a child. So imagine only one person raising the child. Waiting to the remaining village.
You see where another double standard comes in. Okay, you want women to raise the child. You want to be going to work. Men are not supposed to be involved in the upbringing of their child. But then you still end up shaming single mothers. What's the difference? What is the difference now?
Because what is now your use?
What's not your use? Okay, you're bringing money and so what? You're bringing money and so what?
What's not your use? Because you're supposed to be there to nurture this child. Money
is not the upbringing that child is supposed to have. If you're just bringing money,
it's supposed to be fatherly love, like everything.
Then what is it?
My dear people, patience in this case.
And you see, I don't actually believe men that come out and say that they are feminists. They are just clowns. One of them that
now for night. You now came out as another thing.
It's only we women that know what women are going through. If you're not in our shoes, you actually don't know what's happening. You actually don't know what's happening. You can see, you can only relate, but you don't actually know what it feels like. You can only relate. They're like, oh yeah, I see it, I get you, I can see what you're going through, but you don't know how it is because it is not you. So don't come out and be fighting that you want men to stay 7 years, this, that, blah 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 blah. That.
Like who are you to come and say that 7 years?
Kids have to. Oh man.
Who told you that it's only the woman's job to take care of the kid?
No, at this point it's only the woman's job now. You see, the problem is, like I've said, we ourselves as women need to also sit and think, like, what's it that we truly want?
No, I feel like most women are coming up.
Yeah, most women are.
Well, then there's some people. But there's some people. In every 12, there's always a Judas. Yes. See some people that will say, no, they're right. Let them actually do it.
And it's the same women. And then another thing again, that when they see that one that's breaking out, you see someone
trying to drag her.
Yes, drag her back.
Yes, like crabs in a bucket.
Do you understand? Exactly. They're trying to drag her, but that's what we're saying. Like, we have women now that are woke, that are like, but then we still have women that are dragging them back. I'm still saying the older generation, they are part of it, because they'll tell you that that's why divorce is more these days. Yes, that's not the truth. Women are just opening their eyes and seeing what
I heard this story. There's this woman. She was just complaining about how her husband used to treat her. Like, okay, bring money. He will be expecting her to bring money to the house. Because she's working too. No problem. But you know that if you want to ask somebody for money, you want to ask your partner for money, there's the way you're going to do it, but he's going to be doing it. He does the compose, like he's composing for you. You have to drop this money. If not, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that.
How?
Wait. he will still go outside and go and meet other women. The money he has, he will not want to drop it, but he'll be expecting her to bring her own money. Then he will go outside, spend his money on other women.
That's it. Spend
his money on other women.
And that kind of woman.
And he will go back inside and be talking to this woman anyhow, insulting her. Sometimes beat her up.
That's why he wants her to bring her own money so that he will not be dropping everything.
And I'm like, first of all,
you know, sometimes that's why some women agree not to do 50-50, because regardless, some men, you are doing 50-50. Now they already drop you half of the money. Yeah. Half of the money. The rest they don't spend it outside.
Exactly.
But if you're taking full responsibility, which money when you go take spend and that's outside?
Exactly.
Okay, some still have extra, but most when you finish buying this, spending that, you're not going to go outside.
Exactly.
Again now.
The woman will complain and talk about how the whole thing is going to her. Like she'll be talking to her mom, telling her mom or her family about her mom and her aunties, exactly, telling them that, oh, this is what I'm going through, and you be hearing things like, oh, it's part of marriage, that's how it is.
It's part of marriage.
Yes. That was what they told her. It's part of marriage. That you just have to rock your own boat. Like people are experiencing a lot of things. Not all marriages are rosy like that.
Nice now, marriage is not a bed of roses. You see this thing I was also saying. I had someone in lecture in school that time, and she gave the story of how she herself too had this husband. I think I've said it before in one of the episodes. And she's like, oh, her husband used to beat her that time. Like he used to panel beat her, throw her out. And she just kept on enjoying, and she stayed there and was telling God that God should please touch him and pray for him and all of that. And along the line, I think 7 years or so along the line, he changed. And that sometimes you need to be patient. Like is that patience is something that you need to learn in that. And I'm like, so imagine if
why are they not calling the man?
That kind of thing you ask. They even ask, why did she stay? They don't need to ask why did the man beat you. Like, what is that? Why did the man beat you?
Is it right for the man to beat you? Is it right for the man to beat you?
I should go to marriage with the mentality that
if they beat you, no problem.
See, this doesn't actually make sense, because if that's what people paint marriage to be, people will be discouraged, because how do you do something bad and go into it? That's how you want it to be for the rest of your life. Do you not love yourself? Like, no. Do you?
The thing is really turning my head.
Do you actually hate yourselves that much that you want to suffer for the rest of your life?
You will change later on. Men are babies. They are meant to nurture them.
In fact, let me calm down. You know, I even said at the beginning of this episode that I don't even want to get mad. Honestly,
you're meant to nurture them. You know, if all their excesses, you take it with a pinch of salt, you swallow it.
I have a question.
That's it.
I have a question. I know now that some of these shine ladies, the women's club, like because we're not part of them.
We're not part of.
So like those people that are actually saying that yes, it's right for their husband to beat them, it's part of marriage, they'll be looking at us like that. Okay.
We don't know anything.
We've never been in marriage.
It's
before.
A way of correction. They are correcting.
Exactly.
It's not everybody. See, let me tell you something. It's not everybody that has been there. We did not grow up in that kind of house.
Exactly.
We never saw
anything like that. Exactly. Amen.
It's
not only physical abuse, it's emotional abuse.
Yes. Exactly.
So
those kind of people now can listen to this podcast and say, okay, so what are these girls actually saying? What do you think marriage should be all about?
See, I would still say it. Marriage is, first of all, prayer, because these days we have a lot of bad eggs.
We don't marry animals,
we have a lot of. It's very rare to see men that actually understand these things, understand where it's come from. Men that women themselves, because they saw the vicious cycle, they train their sons to be intentional about their wives, intentional about their daughters. It's very, very rare to see that. There's even one I saw, this guy, he is now pushing because his mom died, suicide, she killed herself. And why? The husband used to emotionally abuse her, and he did it to a point where she actually killed herself.
Can you see?
And now he has taken it,
nothing.
Yes, he's taking it upon himself to speak to men, to rebrand men. So first of all, I would say prayer. Pray that you meet a man that is not even pretending, because these days they will pretend to be good.
That's that one. Exactly.
Pretend to be
green
good.
Snake in the green grass.
They will do everything, make you so comfortable. You think that yes, I've arrived, I found the man.
I found the one.
The moment you say yes, I do, they will show themselves in flying colors.
Yeah, the way they will change.
You know, it's always difficult. Like when you have entered it, it's difficult to come out. No matter how you're saying it now, like just wake up and say, "Oh, I'm not." That's very difficult. So just pray that.
And that's why this is our older generation.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to say. Like because they've already entered. Coming out is very difficult. Not everybody has that boldness. I'm not taking it. I'm going. So first of all, pray. 2, you need to set your standards too. What are the things that you're not going to take? From the moment the day he raised your hand to slap you, whether it's a mistake or not,
madam,
that day, no, say it, I'm not doing.
Move it.
Because the moment you start saying, oh, it's just a mistake, I annoyed him. That's how it starts.
him.
That's how it starts.
I'm just so capable of anger.
That's how it starts.
Even if I annoyed you, we are partners.
So it
Why you gonna beat me? Am I your?
We are partners. I'm not your child.
Am I your junior sister?
Do you get?
Now mistake, I just hit you small.
Okay, now me say go make
so it
mistake
start
too.
from that one.
Doggy dog. Now doggy dog.
That's how we start, like they would
Band for band.
Band for band.
The moment that happens, like there's signs you will see. That
Yes.
tells you that this person. You also need to know yourself as a woman, because if you don't know yourself as a woman, they will rubbish you time. You know yourself. This is not for all those that will now go and overdo it, and you know that we also have some women that are now
that's why I
going out
asked
of
that
line.
question. That's why I want us to see
There are
what
some
we
women
actually
that
mean.
Go out of line. Nobody says you should not take care of your home. You should not take care of your children. You should not take care of your husband. But then you two need to discuss, like that nonsense that they talk about 7 years. It cannot work.
It can't
What
work.
happens these days? You have nannies. Okay, if you say you don't want to have nannies, you have your family around you. If you have that, you have your husband. You can alternate. There's a way you can work around this if you're both working class. If you want to be a stay-at-home mom, there's a way you can work out.
Yes.
Nobody has to not to. Not every woman will work. There's some women that they don't want to.
Yeah,
And
of
that's
course.
fine.
Not every woman will do 9 to 5.
Yes,
Exactly.
everybody do 9 to 5, so that's fine. Nobody's saying that you must be a boss chick, you must have
Nobody's saying you should not even submit.
Yes.
You're actually supposed to be submissive to your husband, but submit with brain.
With brain.
Sensible submission.
Which one be something that you tell me that I should sit at home? All that nonsense of you go out, you will not tell you where it's going to.
Exactly.
You come back
There,
whenever
come
you
back,
like.
you
Yes.
come back late, you be awake,
And you be
condoning
waiting.
rubbish, or
Waiting to
or-
serve him food.
or you
Hey,
waiting to serve him food, or you people will discuss something.
he's my man, so I have to respect
Or
that.
he will take
If he
decisions.
has not eaten,
I have to
I cannot
respect
eat.
his-
If he's not sleeping, I
have to
cannot
respect
sleep.
his decisions.
After my Lord and my God.
Yes.
So use your brain
He
when
will
you are
take
being
decisions
good.
and
Most of you
Decisions.
don't even fear God like that.
Exactly. they don't even they respect
They don't even get
God.
fear of.
They don't respect
fear of
God
God.
the way they do this.
Two of you, he will take decisions. He will not carry you along. Just like how I saw one. He went to go and buy a piece of land. He didn't tell his wife what he was doing. He bought shares. He didn't tell his wife. Even he did something for his mother. He didn't tell his wife. Like, how do you say we are partners?
I mean, like we're supposed to know things about everything that is going on.
And couple's not supposed to discuss it.
Exactly. That's what
Talk
marriage is
things.
about.
I'm supposed to be your helpmate. So how can I help you if you're not open to me? How
Like
exactly?
you're supposed to be my best friend, like somebody that you're my G, like everything I'm doing
can
in my
tell
life.
you are
both
not
of us are
happen.
going to, exactly.
And people say,
Not submit as a fool.
your
What's that
space.
difference between me as your wife and a housemaid? If I'm what kind of
Exactly.
submit is that? You can as well employ me and pay me.
unpaid housemaid.
Yeah, unpaid housemaid.
No, that you know it's in the
or
way
even
we
that
pay
one that you say that
Even them housemaids are even better.
even if you are not in the mood, just lie down. That's bullshit.
Blow up door
Bullshit.
now.
A man that is intentional about you. Oh, you're not.
You go scatter your leg.
Oh, baby,
You be like, oh, baby, it's fine. Okay, how do we walk around? Like, I mean,
Communicate, hug.
communication. So please, I beg, all this long suffering is not. You know what harm.
No, if you like,
go
let me tell
suffer.
you something. Let me tell you, see, if you like, be here doing patient dog. The fattest bone is heaven at this point.
Honestly,
So if you like,
all
keep
this man-
suffering.
You feel some finish, can't die.
Go see
heaven.
exactly.
Another woman
Don't
will not
die.
come and
chop
eat
any
it. Another woman that was not patient will not come and eat it.
Will not chop the fattest bone.
She didn't still die, go hell, go suffer the more for there. So you better open your brain and know what
Use
you are
your
doing.
sense.
Use your sense.
You guys,
sense.
another case of double standard. You see this Diddy and Cassie stuff. People were saying that why did Cassie stay? But people are telling married women to stay in the marriage where they are beating them.
Exactly.
What do you want? What do you want at this point? What do you want?
What do you want from me?
What do you want? They were beating me, I stayed. Okay. I now left. You said that, why did I leave? What do you want?
Or why did I leave early?
Why did I leave early? But then still then we'll say ask you to stay and just have patience that
He will change.
He will change. Things will
Same
things will
women.
be better.
you see, in this life, just do what you want. Do what works for you.
Exactly.
Do what you want, like
Do
mad.
what's good for you.
Do what you want, like
Because
mad.
people will always talk. Exactly. There's this particular
People always
story.
talk.
There's this particular story, moral story. I think when we were growing up, everybody knows this story. When a father and a son, they were traveling with a camel.
Yes.
So and when they were going at first, I think the child
They
was
put
on
him
the
in the
camel.
camel, like,
The
so
child was
why
on the
you
camel.
put
So
the
parents
camel?
and people on the road were like, oh, how can you allow your old father to be walking? This one.
Why you are the camel?
Exactly.
Okay.
The father entered.
Camel. Oh yeah.
Why a small child to suffer? This one, that one. Both of them now inside the camel. Why people
Why
suffering
you suffering the camel?
Oh Jesus! So you people do what what is good for you.
Do what works for you.
Do what works for you. Like, just put yourself first. We've been saying this thing. Put yourself, put your family first. As long as you know that you're not going to die.
And be considerate too. At the same time. Don't be too selfish.
Don't be too selfish. Exactly.
There has to be a balance. So.
How? Wait, no.
There's going to be a balance.
Wait, actually,
when you know this thing is detrimental to your health, to your life, you put yourself
and to the life of others.
Yes.
How do I actually explain this? That be selfish but not too selfish.
No, see.
How do you?
I think we shouldn't.
Some people don't know how to strike that balance.
The thing is that I think we shouldn't even say be selfish, but it still boils down to what we're saying.
No. See. Let me tell you something. Selfish is not a bad word. It depends on the context.
That is the thing.
Putting yourself first.
That's the thing.
Wait,
that's what I'm saying.
Of selfish
that's what I'm saying. Like somebody that is selfish, it depends on the context. If you're not saying selfish is in its own way a bad word. Because you are thinking of only yourself.
You don't care about what.
But see, it now depends on the context. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Said, if you're going to spend the rest of your life with someone that is going to be beating you up, you have to be selfish and put yourself first. And come out.
In that kind of context.
That's how it's going to be.
Yes.
So basically, it's just look at that thing. Is it affecting my health? Is it something that we can discuss, we can communicate? Is it something that my children will suffer for? Because that's another thing. It's not just about it's your children. That's why we have men that grow up. Because a person that grew up in that kind of background, it takes a lot for the person to come out and be better or be changed.
Yes.
Person will still continue it.
Most of them end up continue the cycle because they will be women beaters and they will think that exactly. And they will think that it's normal.
Funny how they hated their fathers for doing that, but then they
will do it.
Yeah, they become like that. At this point, last, you guys, like we said, it's still the same thing. If you could tell you still could do it.
You go
if you don't wise up,
people should know.
So guys, again, the patient dog doesn't eat the fattest bone.
At all.
We love you. Thank you so much for listening to us.
Bye.